9 suns had already fallen from the sky. Only one remained, and because of that, humanity survived. But the greatest sacrifice of this legend was not made by the archer who saved the world. It was made by the woman who watched him leave. This is Simple Tales. Long ago, 10 suns rose into the heavens together. Day after day, they blazed across the sky, scorching the earth below. Rivers dried, fields withered, forests burned. The people suffered beneath unbearable heat. If nothing changed, the world itself would perish. At last, the Jade Emperor called upon a mighty archer named Hou Yi. Armed with his great bow, Hou Yi climbed a high mountain and looked into the blazing heavens. One by one, he drew his arrows. One by one, the suns fell. The first became a streak of fire, then another and another, until only a single sun remained to warm the world. The rivers flowed again. The crops returned. Life was restored. People celebrated Hou Yi as a hero unlike any other. Yet when the celebrations ended, there was only one person whose praise truly mattered to him: his wife, Chang'e. She had stood beside him before he became a legend. She remained beside him after the world began singing his name. Together, they lived peacefully, content with a simple happiness that fame could never provide. Years passed. Then, one day, Hou Yi received a reward for his extraordinary deeds. In some tellings, it came from the Queen Mother of the West herself, in others from the celestial realms, but all versions agree on its nature. It was the Elixir of Immortality, a single vial, a single chance. Whoever drank it would ascend beyond the mortal world and live forever among the immortals. For many, such a gift would have seemed priceless. Yet Hou Yi felt no joy. The elixir held enough power for only one person. If either drank it, they would be separated forever. So neither touched it. Instead, Hou Yi entrusted the vial to Chang'e for safekeeping. "We have already been given enough," he told her, and she agreed. For a time, the elixir remained hidden. But extraordinary treasures rarely stay secret forever. Among Hou Yi's students was a man named Peng. Though skilled, he lacked his master's wisdom. When he learned of the elixir, greed took root in his heart. The thought of immortality consumed him. Day after day, he imagined the power it could bring. Eventually, desire overcame loyalty. One morning, Hou Yi left home to hunt. The sky was clear. The world seemed peaceful. Then, Peng arrived. He forced his way inside and demanded the elixir. Chang'e stood alone. She knew exactly what would happen if the vial fell into his hands. A selfish man armed with immortality could bring suffering to countless others. She tried to reason with him. He refused. She tried to stall for time. He stepped closer. Soon, she realized there was no escape, only a choice. The elixir could be stolen, or it could be protected. Without another moment's hesitation, Chang'e took the vial and drank every drop. The room fell silent. For an instant, nothing happened. Then, the magic awakened. A strange light surrounded her. Her body grew weightless. The floor seemed to slip away beneath her feet. Ping Meng stared in horror. Chang'e rose higher and higher. She drifted through the ceiling as though it were mist. Outside, the wind caught her robes. The earth began falling away below. Mountains shrank. Forests became patches of green. Rivers became silver threads. Far below, she saw the world she loved. The world she would never walk again. Some legends say she could have ascended to the heavenly palaces themselves. But as she rose through the vastness of the sky, her thoughts turned to Hou Yi. She could not bear to travel farther from him than necessary. So she chose the nearest celestial body, the moon. Silent, beautiful, lonely, Chang'e descended upon its silver surface and became its immortal guardian. When Hou Yi returned home, he found the house empty. The elixir was gone, and so was Chang'e. Neighbors told him what had happened. He rushed outside and looked toward the heavens. There, hanging in the night sky, shone the moon, brighter than he had ever seen it before. And within its glow, he believed he could see the figure of his beloved wife. Though separated by the vastness of the heavens, neither forgot the other. Hou Yi would place offerings beneath the moon. Chang'e would gaze down upon the earth. Between them stretched an impossible distance. Yet their devotion endured. As the centuries passed, people began honoring Chang'e whenever the moon was fullest and brightest. Families gathered beneath its silver light. They shared food, stories, and memories with those they loved. And they remembered the woman who chose sacrifice over selfishness. Even today, during the Mid-Autumn Festival, countless people look up at the moon and think of Chang'e. The legend endures because it speaks to something deeply human. Many stories treat immortality as the greatest reward imaginable. Chang'e reminds us that eternity without those we love can become its own kind of loneliness. She gained eternity, yet she spent eternity looking back toward Earth. And perhaps that is why the moon feels so beautiful, not because it is distant, but because it carries a story of love, sacrifice, and longing that has never faded. Thank you for joining this simple tale. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves myths, legends, and forgotten tales from around the world. Until the next one.